Hello, Dr. Earl again. I want to tell you a little bit about what it must be like to have a mental illness. Although I've never had a mental illness, I have worked at Eastern State Hospital for a while. This was the first job that I was able to get when I moved from Boston to Virginia. Eastern State Hospital is the oldest and first mental hospital in the country. And so, this is my first experience with seriously mentally ill people. You know, before that, when I was in Boston, I might work at a clinic and just kind of work with people that were going through emotional problems and not particularly psychotic mental illness. And when I say psychotic, I mean people that had a situation where they were hearing voices in their head that no one else could hear, or situations where they were seeing things that other people couldn't see, you know. And so this is the first time that I had that type of experiences when I relocated from Boston to Virginia, and now I'm in Norfolk, Virginia. So anyway, I'm down here, and the fantastic thing about it is that the women that interviewed me offered me a job immediately. You know, most of the time you got to go through two or three interviews, and you know, when you interviewing for jobs at a professional level, that's kind of the way they do things. But these women hired me instantly and gave me the choice of where I wanted to work. So I said, oh, this is fantastic. So even though it was about 40 miles away from home, you know, I loved the idea of getting a job here. So anyway, I would talk to different people about their problems and about their issues, you know, because that was my job, you know, and they would describe to me what it felt like to have a mental illness, especially a mental illness with a psychotic disorder. You know, like I said, psychotic simply means, you know, hearing voices in their head when there's no one else there, feeling things that when there's nothing around them, or experiencing ants crawling all over their body, you know, the type of thing that you would hear about back in the day when people were using hallucinogens and LSD and stuff like that. All of those are what we call hallucinations. Those particular ones are called tactile hallucinations. You really don't see much of that in mental health, you know, unless it's a drug-induced psychosis like you would get from LSD. The other thing is that having auditory hallucinations is a very strange situation, I would imagine. I mean, have you ever been in a situation where you just wanted to be alone, you just wanted to be by yourself, you just wanted some me time? Well, imagine being in a situation where there is no such a thing as me time, because you have this playing in your mind like a tape recorder. You know, you ain't nothing, you'll never amount to shit, you know, you should go kill yourself, you should kill other people. And to hear this type of thing disparaging you and putting you down 24 hours a day, never getting a rest from it. Or how about seeing things that aren't there, seeing things that are like hallucinations. One time I had a young man in my office. This is after I left Eastern State Hospital, and I was interviewing this young black male, about 24, 25 years old, and I came to the part of my evaluation where I said, well, do you ever hear things or see things other people can't see? He says, oh yeah. I said, what? He says, well, over there in the corner there are about 5, 6 little blue men. I said, I looked over in the corner. I said, okay, I don't see them, but I believe that you see them, you know. That's a visual hallucination. You know, those are things that people with mental illness that have psychotic symptoms experience all the time. But I want to tell you some other things about hallucinations.